tonight's news focus. Strong government and financial performance, Sarawak continues to focus on rural development. Sarawak plans to establish Lake Development Authority, focus on nature tourism. Sarawak Premier's Department celebrates spirit of unity through Gawai Dayak. Good evening. The Sarawak government recorded a strong and encouraging performance in the first quarter of 2025, including the financial position of the state. Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Dato' Abang Openg expressed hope that this performance will continue for the next 3 quarters.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, akhir sekali saya rasa bahawa dalam masa one quarter 2025 tu kita pun performance not that bad, termasuk juga kedudukan keuangan kita, dan kita harap for the next 3 quarters dia akan konsisten, dan ini sudah tentu dapat memberikan kelebihan kepada kita, dan dengan adanya keadaan yang baik ini dapatlah kita membangunkan kawasan-kawasan khasnya di luar bandar.
He said this when speaking at the opening ceremony of the Sarawak Premier's Department Gawai Dayak celebration at the Sarawak Legislative Assembly Complex, Petrajaya on Tuesday. Additionally, this financial stability will give the Sarawak government an advantage in implementing the development agenda, especially in rural areas, which need constant attention. In addition, Dato' Patinggi Abang Zohari said that Sarawak is witnessing various bridge construction that are currently underway and others that have been completed, which will stimulate the development of the rural economy. He also highlighted that the efforts of the Sarawak Deputy Premier and Minister for Infrastructure and Port Development, Dato' Ahmad Douglas Uga Embas, have paid off through the bridge projects that have been implemented.
Dan hari ini Dato' Ahmad Douglas sibuk dengan jambatan yang telah siap, bermaknanya Dato' Douglas menuai padi jambatan. Jadi malah pegawai kita kerana jambatan dah siap, dan ia membukakan lembaran baru kepada pembangunan ekonomi kita yang inklusif, termasuklah pembangunan kita di luar bandar.
The Sarawak government is looking into plans to establish a Lake Development Authority (LDA) within the next 2 years to manage and develop allied areas. Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Dato' Abang Openg said this initiative will be a more structured approach in developing the areas as a tourism attractions.
Dan insyaAllah, God willing, the next 2 years we are now looking into the possibility of establishing Lake Development Authority that will regulate and manage all our lakes, including dams plus our natural lake, termasuklah bengkok. Dan ini bermakna kita ada satu pendekatan yang lebih structured dalam kita membangunkan kawasan-kawasan seperti ini yang akan menjadi tarikan kepada para pelancong.
The Sarawak Premier added that among the locations focused on is Balai in Kapit, which has a beautiful river and has great potential in the nature-based tourism sector. Additionally, the Forestry Department and Agriculture Department have been called upon to preserve the environment, including efforts to replant trees such as ensurai, which are food source for empurau fish.
In other words, you can enrich again the lake with empurau. With empurau sudah tentu menjadi attraction to that kawasan for our tourists, that will give a spillover effect on the economic development in that area.
Therefore, Dato' Patinggi Abang Zohari stressed that this effort will only be successful if implemented as a team, especially from the Sarawak Civil Service ASEAN team. The Gawai Dayak celebration organized by the Sarawak Premier's Department, JPS, celebrates the spirit of unity under the slogan of Sarawak Civil Service ASEAN team. Deputy Sarawak Secretary Administration Datu Baklan Bangi said Gawai Dayak is a time to rejoice, reflect and strengthen unity, where family members, friends and loved ones gather in the spirit of togetherness and gratitude.
Here in Jabatan Premier Sarawak, we believe that SCS One Team is not mere a slogan, but it also brings the meaning of one family. In a broader context, it is our way of life as envisaged by our Yang Berhormat Datuk Amar State Secretary. Today, Gawai celebration reflects that spirit as we unite as one big family to honor the rich culture, tradition and value of the Dayak community.
He said this when speaking at the JPS Gawai Dayak celebration opening ceremony at the Sarawak Legislative Assembly Complex, Petrajaya on Tuesday. Sarawak Premier Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg was present to officiate the ceremony. Datu Baklan added that the team Pergi Kinip Panau Pegap, meaning United We Progress, expresses the common aspirations of the SCS One Team in line with the vision of the Sarawak Premier under the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy PCDS 2030. He said that it not only aims to make Sarawak a high-income and developed state by 2030, but also inclusive, fair and equitable. At the event, a total of 162 students from the B40 group from SKS St. Francis Xavier, Kampong Serato, Padawan, received donations of school bags and basic stationery under the JPS Corporate Social Responsibility CSR program officiated by the Sarawak Premier. Also present were the Sarawak Deputy Premiers Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas and Dato' Amar Professor Dr. Sim Koo Hian, Speakers of Sarawak Legislative Assembly Tan Sri Dato' Amar Muhammad Asfia Awang Nasa, Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department Dato' Sri John Sikitayai, Cabinet Minister, Sarawak Secretary Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Mazuki, Cabinet Deputy Minister, Sarawak Attorney General Dato' Sri Safri Ali, Deputy Sarawak Secretary Academic Planning and Development Dato' Sri Dr. Muhammad Abdullah Zaidel, Heads of Department and other invited guests. Sarawak is ready to play a bigger role in regional energy landscape by sharing surplus electricity supply, especially renewable energy, with neighboring ASEAN countries. Sarawak Premier Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said Sarawak has strong natural resources to generate hydroelectric power and has the potential to contribute not only to the state but also to Malaysia and the Southeast Asian region. Presently, he explained the Sarawak government plans to increase energy supply to 10 gigawatts by 2030, with at least 3 gigawatts to be added in the next 4 years.
At the moment, we are building 1.5 gigawatt gas turbine with 1,000 in Bintulu and 500 megawatt in Miri. And I just came back from Bali, another hydro plant that will produce 1.2 gigawatt. What happened as a result of this, the next 4 years, we are able to add another 3 gigawatt to the present installed capacity of 7 gigawatt. And if we have the surplus of power, we share with our brothers and sisters in ASEAN.
He said this when speaking at the 43rd ASEAN Senior Officials Meeting on Energy, SAM, official dinner at a leading hotel here on Monday. Touching on the issue of global climate change, Datuk Petinggi Abang Zohari stressed that the world must look towards finding alternatives to hydrocarbon fuels to achieve the low carbon footprint target. He said Sarawak is trying its best to utilize existing resources and explore new technologies to produce alternative energy by using hydrogen as one of the alternative energy sources.
And at the moment, we are working together with our partners, including Japan and Korea, for us to produce hydrogen from our water. Because we got 5 dams And we feel that with H2O available in our dams, we can split the molecule between hydrogen and oxygen to the process of electrolysis, though at the moment is expensive. What we believe over time, the technology will be advanced and the cost involved in producing hydrogen through a new membrane in the process of electrolysis, we make hydrogen feasible as an alternative energy.
Additionally, Sarawak is also cooperating with Gentari Petronas, Japan and Siemens in an effort to explore hydrogen production technology. He further highlighted next year as a special moment for Sarawak with the launch of the autonomous Rapid Transit ART public transport system that utilizes hydrogen, making it the first in the region. At the same event, it was disclosed that the ASEAN Power Grid (RPG) is an important foundation in driving the sustainable and resilient regional energy agenda for the future. Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Fadila Yusof said the RPG is not just an infrastructure project, but a vision of a region where electricity flows without barriers across shared borders, with the prosperity of one country uplifting the entire region. By connecting national grid, he explained ASEAN countries are currently building at the foundation of a truly integrated ASEAN energy market.
The full realization of the ASEAN Power Grid will require stronger political will, deeper technical cooperation, and smarter investment strategies. We need harmonized regulations, open and transparent markets, and digital integration to make real-time regional power trading a reality. We need to embrace not just the hardware cables, substations and control systems, but also the software, governance frameworks, data sharing and mutual trust.
Dato Sri Fadila added that the RPG is built on the unique strengths in the diversity in the region by leveraging on complementary geography and resources to build a greener, more inclusive and more secure future. The Minister of Energy Transition and Water Transformation expressed confidence that the enhanced APG Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) alongside the upcoming ASEAN Action Plan for Energy Cooperation 2026 till 2030 document will further strengthen ASEAN regional energy connectivity.
This profound development will drive and act as a powerful catalyst for economic growth across all ASEAN member states.
Meanwhile, a total of 22 students in the Bukit Saban Constituency received education incentives for their Excellent Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia SPM 2024 results and continue their studies at Higher Education Institution IPT. Of the total, 13 were degree students who received ringgit 1,500 each, 6 diploma students received ringgit 1,000 each, and 3 SPM 2024 students who obtained 8 A's and 9 A's and received ringgit 2,000 each. The educational incentive were personally presented by Sarawak Deputy Premier and Bukit Saban Assemblyman Dato Ahmad Douglas Ugambas on Monday. This ceremony marks the second in a series after the one in Kuching involving 18 students consisting of 12 degree students and 6 diploma students from the constituency. In his brief speech, Dato Ahmad Douglas Ugambas said that this educational incentive is to help and motivate students when they enter higher education. At the same time, he is grateful the Sarawak Premier Dato Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohri to Dato Abang Apeng, who had approved the proposal to build a Yayasan Sarawak International School in Betong. He said with the existence of the school together with MRSM Betong, it will further complement the education sector in the area. And that's the English edition with me, Stephanie Jores. More news can be found on our official portal ukaz.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. Ending the UKAS Bulletin with coverage of the Gawai Dayak celebration ceremony organized by the Sarawak Premier's Department, JPS, at the Sarawak Legislative Assembly Complex in Putrajaya on Tuesday. #Sarawak Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.